Quest is an opportunity for students to be outside of the regular school environment, to go experience something that's bigger and better, and it's outside of what normal school is. For them to just be able to have more exposure to the world, to be able to have that connection in nature, to be able to build that self-confidence that comes from achieving something that was difficult, to be able to say that I was out there and I was with my thoughts, I was with myself, and it was beautiful, and I was able to feel my place in the world.
We have plenty of volunteers that all come together to provide this opportunity for our students to get away from maybe their home life, maybe some of the confinements of just their boundaries of where they live, and to come out and to be in nature. We're all working together to provide an opportunity and experience for these students to do something that's challenging and then feel the reward of completing it afterwards.
Quests, they're no joke. This one in particular was a long bike ride and a long hike the following day. And for them to be able to complete the task of riding a bike for 23 miles and hiking for 6 miles the next day, they slept all the way home because they were exhausted. But they had that strong sense of accomplishment, that they are able to overcome difficult things. So I think that acts as a support to them to say, you can do it. You can overcome difficult circumstances and be successful in whatever you put your mind to.
I felt like it's good to get out your hometown because you see more things, you're able to experience new things, and at nighttime, there's like no street lights, how you guys say, and you're able to see the stars, and I saw the Big Dipper, and it was very cool. It was like an out-of-body experience for some reason. I don't know why, but it felt unreal, like I wasn't actually there, but I was.
It was a new environment, everything felt different, the atmosphere was different entirely. You really get to feel it when you're on the trails too. On the bike ride you feel it, you're low on oxygen, it's hard to breathe, your chest feels heavy. It made you really exhausted, lightheaded. It was fun regardless. The sights, that's what made it really worth it to keep you to go on and on and on.
My favorite part was going down the steepest part of the hill. I picked up so much speed and I didn't crash anywhere. I was super excited.
I've been camping in Tahoe a few times, so this one's like a little different from like how it normally is with like family and stuff. Like Liv said, there's like more like laughs and like entertainment. It's not necessarily like, you don't think about it as like a school trip. You think about it more like going camping with like my friends or whatever.
I feel like I needed this personally, me. Just trying to get away from social media and just spend time with people, get to know new people. And I feel like field trips like these are like important to kids.
So to get to do all of those things with them and push them through these challenges and say, hey, we get to sleep outside. Hey, you can do this miles and miles of bike riding uphill. Yes, you can wake up in the morning and you can do a hike too. You build relationships with them through those challenges. And so a lot of times my students, I don't feel like they come to school or they do their work because they want to or think that it's important, but they do those things because they know that it means something to you as their teacher and they have that relationship with you now.
I'm hoping that the students are able to take those experiences and just really hold on to them as a valuable thing that they treasure. I hope that they can take those experiences and call back to them when things are difficult. I hope that they're able to take those friendships and relationships that they've built and be able to rely on them. And I'm hopeful on the teacher side that those teachers are able to kind of leverage that in their classes and at their school to encourage those students to be leaders and to be able to do things that are inspiring for other students.
Building relationships is everything. At the core of teaching really is relationships. If a teacher doesn't have a relationship with a student, the student's never going to listen to you. It doesn't matter if you're teaching math, science, English, history, any of the courses. If you know the student well, they're going to listen to the content you're teaching that much more.
It's all about working together, and these students, they go through these strenuous, sometimes challenging hikes and bike rides and together as a team, and they see at the end goal that they're successful and that they've accomplished something together. It's a culmination of everything that the One Program stands for, right? It's working together as one to make miracles occur. And when you bring a group of students together on these quests and expose them to different elements, different challenges, different locations, and just allow kids to be kids and have fun, those are where the relationships are born.
One of the students that went on the quest with me texted me, and she said that she's quitting school. And I said, what? Like, you can't quit school. School is not an option. She said, no, Miss Kat, I'm very serious. I'm not coming back to school. And one of my students today, actually, when she came, she said, hey, Miss Kat, I got Macy to come to school. Macy's gonna come to school today. And I said, that's awesome. And that was also another student who went on the quest. So now they have each other's phone numbers. They're encouraging each other to go to school. I just attribute it all to activities that we get to do together, like the Honors Quest.